Dee 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 dee. Keto living is the life for me. Coffee, cooking, and recipes. Spending my days with my doggies. So be a sport. Set your alarm for Wednesdays for
Happy
the
Thursday.
Warden's
It is Thursday
Report.
already, y'all. I cannot believe it. It's just, maybe it's just my age. I don't know. But I always feel like weeks go by really fast. But two of my coworkers were talking earlier about how slow this week is going. And isn't that funny? Like, for some people, it's like the week drags by. And, depending on the week, right? And the others, it's like, what? It's Thursday? It is Friday Eve. Like, so much to do today. Like, we got to get everything scheduled for the live tomorrow. We got to make the trailer for all the yummy foods everyone posted. And shout out to Meg for doing our breakfast pizza and sharing that in our group. I love that. So that was awesome. I love when y'all make our recipes. It really does, like, Heath and I both get just so happy and so excited and in awe, honestly, because we're like, wow, somebody made what we put out. Someone made our recipe. Like, what? But sometimes I feel like we cook and the recipes we make are things we like. So I don't try to go out there and say, oh, what's trending right now? Let me pull up all the keto videos and see what everybody's making right now and try to make my version. This is what we cook. This is what we eat. This is what we enjoy. So when someone else, comes up and likes our recipe too, it just means the world. It's my way of, this is how I feed you. Like, that's my love language, right? I love to feed and cook for other people. That's why, because somebody asked before, how can you cook for Heath while you're fasting? It's because it's my love language. So cooking for him, it's like, that's how I show I care about you, kind of thing, right? So when I do that, that's why it doesn't bother me so much when I'm fasting, because I'm not looking at it as, ooh, this is food. Oh, look at this steak. Look at this or that or whatever I'm cooking. I look at it as, ooh, I'm going to make this so yummy for Heath. And since he's the one eating it, I know I could use a little more flavors that he likes and not try to, find a middle ground for both of us, kind of thing. So this day is a freaking thunderstorm rainy day. Even before I woke up, it was thundering, and I mean, so it's almost 11:30, and it has been almost nonstop thundering all morning. So what is that, about 4 hours or so? Just nonstop. The rain hasn't stopped. They sent out a flood warning. Don't leave your homes. People are getting stuck in the water, blah, blah, blah. There's tow trucks taking people out and everything. They said the front of our subdivision is flooded. Our backyard, I'll try to do that later. It's raining too hard for me to, take my camera out there, but it's like, it's a lake. So we now have lakefront property. Hopefully it'll stay at bay. They're saying that by noon, originally they said by 11 it would stop. Now they're saying by noon it should stop. We'll see. We'll see. You got 40 minutes to get out of here, storm. See if it listens to me. Drinking my coffee, so I was like, ooh, I gotta get coffee, but I was nervous with it being such a bad storm, and I'm on wires this week, so I've just been like focusing on getting those wires out just as quick as possible, because I don't want to put that on my team, right? So yeah, enjoying my coffee and enjoying, everything that's going on. Again, the week is flying by. I need this rain to quiet down, go away, all the water to drain off. It usually does drain pretty fast, because I got to get the dogs food tonight. And they already sent a text this morning, hey, this is the route, so, I might have to drive Heath's truck. If it's too bad, I might have to get his truck out and use that. So I'm sure they'll text me if there's any changes, since, of course, they're in a truck too. They're in a, one of those refrigerator trucks. So it's pretty high up. So hopefully, but man, yeah. So today's day to get their dog food. I'll see how that goes. But yes, I am still fasting. I'm at, what was it? 86, no, I guess I'm 87 hours, something like that. Y'all can do the math. But anyways, and last night, honestly, my stomach started to rumble, which is odd because usually it doesn't happen. And it could be because, I'm drinking the butter and a little heavy cream. And so I know it's not like a true fast. But anyways, but normally by day 2, I'm good. But last night, my stomach was rumbling. And I was like, okay, you need to calm down. Like, you've got plenty of food in storage you go get. So stop acting like you want to go out to eat, stomach, because you've got food you can cook at home. It's all there. So I kept telling my stomach that. Because it was late last night. Like, I'm not going to eat 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. Like, that's just not going to happen. So I just drank more water, which, of course, made me have to pee more. That's always blah. So, I was like, you know what? We'll just see how you're feeling tomorrow. If the stomach's still going crazy, then, maybe we'll break the fast. Woke up. No, it's not rumbling now. I'm doing fine. Drank my water. Things are going good. Got my coffee now. Things are really going good, other than the rain. I took my glucose, and I always like to check my glucose throughout these long fasts just to check. And it's in the 70s. So, and not even low 70. I think it was 76. So it's fine. Like, I'm, if it falls to like low 70, like 71, 70, or in the 60s, then yeah, I would definitely break it. But at this point, 76, I'm good. I'll keep listening to my body, but I really want to push till Friday. I don't know. It just like excites me. Like, I'm like, okay, you could do this, Shelly. So I'm just enjoying this, and plus I'm like, oh, it's saving lots of money. Like the other effect of it, right? Any way to save money. So we'll just see how it goes for the day. I'm having that like high energy, and I noticed that last night, like I was kind of tossing and turning, even though my body was tired, because we did a lot of work yesterday. Oh my goodness, y'all. And so I was physically tired, but, my mind. So finally I fell asleep. But yeah, yesterday after work, and I know I didn't film, I don't know if I filmed anything yesterday. I still had my coffee yesterday. Don't worry. I ain't going without coffee. I know some of you like to skip your coffee or keep track of how many days you didn't have coffee. This girl's going to have coffee, right? Now, I might do an occasional 24-hour water fast, but basically, I will still have my coffee. And I think, I'll have to check with Heath, but I think this is the new one from HEB. Renee told me about the Tejas Cafe, the Dulce de Leche. So, it tastes really good. I'll prefer with Hill. Whatever it is, it's delicious. So yeah, I'm gonna have my coffee. So last night, what happened? I just noticed, we've been getting flies, and it's springtime, flies and little gnats, right? And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I found out got another wire. The kitchen window that looks out to the street. It's just like a little one you can slide up, but I mean, I never do that. One of the, it like has window stripping. One of the strips is completely gone. And so, I mean, I wouldn't get rain or anything, but I bet a little bug could squeeze through there, especially those little tiny gnat type bugs. I was like, oh my gosh, that's what it is. So I think Wednesday, or maybe that was Tuesday. No, I think it was Wednesday. Well, that would have been yesterday. One of the nights, no, it was Tuesday. So I went and I didn't have another stripping piece, so I kind of redneck engineered a strip to cover that, and we don't have any more, the foam sealant, for cracks and stuff. We need to get more of that, because I did notice there was, some cracks. So we need to go through and seal some of these things up. So I need to buy a couple cans of those and like do that on a weekend and just like go through and check all of the windows and make sure there's not any gaps or anything. But I was seeing a lot like near the kitchen window, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then I also cleaned the window really well with tons of Pine Sol. Like I did my spray and I just really cleaned it. And wow, I was like, wow, that's really clean now. Like it seems so much brighter. So I did that, and then that was Tuesday. So we did all that, and that did seem to help, but I still noticed some more of those little gnats, and I was getting freaking annoyed. So when I went to feed the dogs yesterday, and now we put it in a tub, and sometimes some of the blood, it's raw meat, gets down in the we keep it in a drawer, gets down in the drawer, but we lined the drawer. So I was like, well, we need to clean that up. And then I was like, and then I started seeing gnats down at the bottom. They weren't in their food. They were like flying around it. I was like, oh my gosh. So I was like, well, I need to deep clean their tub, right? So I, fed them, and I took out the rest, and I deep cleaned their tub. And then when I pulled out the liner, some of the raw stuff had gotten underneath the liner in the tub. So, in the drawer. So I had to clean all of that. So I deep cleaned all of that. I pulled the drawer out of the fridge, deep cleaned it inside out. Then in the bottom of the drawer, I saw like dead gnats underneath that drawer. So I cleaned all of that and just like deep cleaned, right? And then, put that all back and redid a new liner and everything for it. And that was, and everything ended up okay, which is good, right? That's what we want. Well, then, Heath bought a new tub at Dollar Tree, and it's one where the lid kind of snaps on. It's a little bit better, but it's too big for the drawer, and the inside fridge is a side-by-side, so, not the best for sizes. Well, I was looking and I thought, well, you know what? I know it's a little more of a hassle, and we talked it over and looked at everything. I said, why don't we just move their food in that new container to the outside, the garage fridge, and keep it in there, and then maybe that will prevent the gnats from coming, in, because it won't be in our fridge all the time. So then he did that today since, anyway, so he did that this morning. Now their dog food's going to be kept in the garage in the new tub, which couldn't fit in this fridge anyways. So hopefully that'll cut down on that, and then that'll be nice, because then this inside drawer, and we've been reserving for the dog food, we can now use, like, for Heath when he meal preps, or if we meal prep, we can put that food in there, which is nice, because sometimes, side by side, it's nice in some aspects, but in another, things get crowded in there. So let me know. I'm curious. Do you have a side by side, or do you have where it's refrigerator on top, freezer on the bottom, or the old style, which was the freezer on top and the refrigerator on the bottom, which is what the garage is? Curious what you have, or what do you prefer? Sell me on your type of refrigerator. I'm curious. So yeah, I'm going to get back to work because I saw another wire come in. So we got to get these things out. I'd show y'all kind of the dog stuff. So here this is. This is the new one that Heath got at Dollar Tree for $3. That's the old one he got for $1.25. So it's kind of like double sealed now. And then plus he used this box. It's a Rockstar box. It's got the plastic. And then what we do, I know my garage is a mess. Here's our garage fridge. This is what stores mostly our drinks. So you can see his Rockstars and all that. And then look at all his eggs. More Rockstars, his tea, kombucha. That's, I was freezing several bottles of the broth, and that one got over full, and so look, it kind of went out. So I'm glad I didn't tighten the lid so that then it could expand without breaking the glass. So put this, goes right down there. And yeah, so that's the fridge. And then today I just got back getting their food. So this is how their food comes. So each box is 30 pounds. And there it is. And it comes frozen. And yeah, so that's their dog food. And then what we do, so there it is frozen. And this is how we store it in this outside garage fridge. See all of our stickers? You see anyone you recognize on our stickers? Alright, I'm going to put this away, y'all. I also got off early from work because I skipped lunch, which makes sense of a fasting, right? And I went to H-E-B for this deal that they're having through the 7th. So if you have an H-E-B near you, this is a pretty good deal. So it's if you buy 3 bags of their coffee, and they're like $7.62 each, and they're 12 ounces. So I got, look at this, I found some whole beans at this one. I got Texas pecan, Houston blend, which is a pecan praline and coconut. That sounds good. And they only had the ground DFW. So I got those 3. And then for free, you would have seen in the outside fridge, there was some eggs. So I got a dozen brown eggs, like they're uppity eggs, for free. And I got this already cooked bacon for free, which will be great tomorrow because I'm planning on having, a salad. So I'll use some of this. And then you kind of see it in the thing there. So bacon for free. Hot sauce of your choosing for free. I got the hot, but they also had mild, medium, and there was some other flavor they had. I grabbed the hot. And then the other thing they had was tortillas, but we're not going to eat those, so I just put it in the donation barrel. And yeah, so I thought that was pretty good, having coffee since, I'm going to pretty much buy it anyways. And they get bacon, eggs, and salsa for free. I was happy about that. Good morning, y'all. It is actually Friday morning, almost 8 a.m., and I am going to break my fast. I'm at 109 hours, and I've got, somebody suggested that certain people have to have more sulfuric foods, and so they said like pumpkin seeds and avocado. I've done it before with bone broth, and I always get bathroom issues, so I'm going to try this method and see, but I've got pumpkin seeds here. And I've got a large avocado with some avocado oil and seasoning. And that's going to break my fast. And then it's so early, I figure that'll give it time, to get everything woken up before I have my lunch this afternoon. Which I'm actually excited about, y'all. So, woo-woo. And for my lunch today, and just FYI, no problems from earlier. So maybe that's the trick for me. I know everybody's different, but that seemed to work, y'all, for me. So I'm kind of happy about that. What I've got here is a salad, and then I just pan-fried a piece of that wild salmon from Aldi. Y'all got to get that. If you have an Aldi, go get that salmon. It's really good. What I made for, I guess, the crust, so to speak, it is a blend of, I have some peanut butter, just peanut butter and salt. That's all that's in it, peanuts and salt. And I combined a heaping tablespoon of that with a teaspoon of that spicy harissa, and then a little bit of apple cider vinegar just to loosen it a little bit. You can see it's still a paste. And I smeared that on top. Excuse me. And I added in some salt and pepper too. I'm excited about that. I tasted it. Tasted good to me. And then I also have the rest of the pumpkin seeds. So it's like a 2.5 ounce little bag I got. So I had half this morning, half at lunch, and I spiced these with some garam masala. So I'm kind of going for like this Indian flair. And then, of course, I've got my avocado, and on my salad, I've got some of that Gouda cheese, some of my fermented carrots, and some kimchi. And then I've also got some bacon, that free bacon I got. That's in there. And yeah, that's actually everything. So that's my lunch today. Plus, y'all, I have a quart of kefir because that kefir's just been going crazy. I did add some chia seeds, but I'm going to try to drink a quart of that kefir. So wish me luck. All right, y'all. It's 8 in the morning. Garage sale's completely set up now. There's people coming. And yeah, that's what we got to sell. Let's hope we do it. Okay. They came and they left, but look, I found a Christmas box of stuff I probably haven't opened since Heath and I have been married. So hopefully this sells. Look, we have even a couple tree skirts. Well, that one's never even been opened before, y'all. We probably got it or I got it after like Christmas or something, and just put it in the box and never opened it again. So hopefully somebody will want it. But then we got this stuff here, some pictures. Here's that clock. So nice to sell some of these big things. And then when I was younger, I used to do these, I think they're called Bradford dolls. And I've just had them in plastic bags. So if somebody wants to buy them, that'll be awesome. And I don't know. Let's see, there's those pictures I was talking about on the live. See, they're all very, and these two are like signed by an artist from Alaska. Might have even got them in Alaska. And yeah, like just cute little things, right? Who remembers these glass? They were telephone pole covers. I sell like crazy on Etsy, and I guess somehow I missed this one. So if it don't sell today, I'll probably just list that one on my Etsy shop. As it's a lot easier to ship stuff like this, because that'll go in a 7x7x6 box real easy. But like this would be a monster to ship. It's just so hard. And then, you know, I've got that tall thing. That would be hard to package. I'm just lazy when it comes to packaging. I like my small stuff better. And yeah, so hopefully we'll get some sales. Don't mind my disgusting yarn. I am not, remember, I don't have really a green thumb. And yeah, I'm just not good at this stuff. So it's just kind of a wild retreat here. If it wasn't for the HOA, it would just be completely wild. And then here's all just, I found another tote, and I'm like, well, my table's full. So as the table sells, I have sold 1, 2, 3, 4 things so far. And look, see this vine on the house? That used to be all over. There's a side of the house over here that it would climb all the way up that side. So now all that's left is just one little place here. That's the laundry room right there. That's laundry. Then where the hose is kitchen. And then that's the dining room through that window. But yeah, oh, and I've got a chair over there. And this is the sign that she made up for the sale. Oh, hold on. That's weird. A guy just like stopped, rolled down his window. I don't know if he was trying to say something. And then he drove by. I guess he was trying to get a better look. But you know, don't come close. Don't expend the effort to walk in. But yeah, so far I've sold basically tools. Heath had some kind of drill bit, so somebody got that right away. And then there was, and Heath just found them in the cabinet. So good thing for him, because I can't reach a lot of the cabinets in here because he built them for him. But they were like old, very old, rusted. Like one was a completely rusted scissors and one was completely rusted, I don't know, bear trap or something. Sold those. And he had like an old, I guess, hunting knife. And somebody bought that too. So $7 up so far. Woo woo. But let me show you in our garage. I mean, this, like, we're this quality content. You don't get this at any other channel. We talk about our quote-unquote drink fridge, beer fridge, with all the stickers. Look. I mean, I still see some bare spots, right? And then those bats I take out at Halloween to put them on our garage doors. And then, see, these are the cabinets Heath built after he moved in. But used to, there was, like, nothing on this wall. Not even a fridge. And so he built all, and you can see they don't match. They were just extra cabinets. So, I mean, hey, I don't care. It's the garage. I'm not gonna, I mean, it's just us. And it's free, you know, like free is better than spending, I don't know, a couple $1,000s to get all that done and installed. I got it done for free, y'all. Alright. And then this, I got it at auction. And, whenever Heath, I think I paid $30 for it, y'all. That's really nice. I wanted it for a bedroom. But whenever Heath went to unload it, he dropped it, and the door, which is right on top, fell off. And he's promised me he will fix it. And here we are. So, I would love for him to fix it, honestly, because it's a beautiful one. And it would replace the one in our bedroom right now. And see, it's got drawers and shelves, and then the other side is like a hanging side, so it'd be really nice to store all of our linens in a little more organized fashion. But we'll see, maybe eventually. And then he put in this I think he did, no, my brother might have done that, put in that, but he did add the shelf, because I was like, why did you put this shelf here for all these little things that you keep misplacing, right? This garage is a mess. And then here's some more shelves. And then you see, like, there's our, didn't we do an awesome job? That's our water heater. And then I got the wrap off of Amazon. And even though I followed the instructions and I watched the video, I don't know, a dozen times, it still kept falling from the tape. So then Heath was like, no, let's put this, I don't know, whatever those straps are. So yeah, I mean, we're high tech here. And then you see this wall did. This used to be completely open here. And then, so right down there, you kind of see the ledge here. There's like a little step right there. That used to be where it ended. So, but my brother decided at one point to close this part in because it connects to the backyard, right? There's my Halloween skull. It connects to the backyard, and he'd put it there, and they built it out too far, and so we really can't get a car in here, y'all. So, but it is nice to have that shed in the backyard. Oh, I thought somebody was coming. And yeah, so this is, look, I only have 3 more of my really cheap Aldi waters left, and he put those cabinets in. They weren't there before. So see, this part of the garage we couldn't get a car in, and then that part, I mean, we might, if he didn't have all his tools, we might be able to get mine in, but still, because he built out that room, it didn't work one time. It still stuck out some. So yeah. Alright, well, I'll let you go. So you saw my disgusting, crazy, congested garage, y'all. Well, y'all, we sold one of the chop saws or table saws. I don't know what kind of saw it is. We have one left, so that's exciting. Sold all the other stuff. The car jack, the hot dog compressor. That's what they call that air compressor. That red thing earlier. Sold the shop vac. and sold a few, odds and ends here, Christmas, that couple of pictures, the ones that were signed by the Alaska artist, those got sold. And yeah, so that was exciting to have a few of those. And then one guy's really interested in records, and I know Heath had lots of records, but we couldn't find them, of course, so he's gonna keep looking. But he found where he had like 2 boxes full of CDs, and so we keep finding more stuff for a garage sale, and every single time I'm like, okay, let's go look at the house and get anything for a garage sale. And then we find it during the garage sale. Like, we need to have it at the beginning. So obviously, we're ultra organized here. But yeah, so still would like to sell some odds and ends. Oh, I sold that big green, if you remember seeing it earlier, that big green glass vase. Will be all fancy. Found some other glassware. Look at these. Look at this old Milk of Magnesia. Isn't that cute? I only have it marked $1. I know I could get more on Etsy, but if somebody would just take it now, saves me all the time, because Etsy is kind of a pain to take pictures, and you never know how long it's going to take to sell. So, yeah. Be nice if we sold the other chop saw. I'm still trying to sell this. So it'd be nice if that gets sold. That chair would be nice if it's sold. And then I marked all the Christmas now 50% off. So, somebody come buy it. So yeah, this is definitely some stuff here, but we'll see. Hopefully it will sell. Nobody's even looked at those floor mops. So I think it's a little after 10 or something, so we'll see. Hopefully it usually starts dying down, but maybe because a lot of people are in the front, they're working their way towards the back. I'm about halfway through the subdivision. But yeah, we'll see. I'd sure like to sell some more things here, and that'd be nice, right? Like, somebody come buy all of it. Well, y'all, that's a wrap. I showered, and of course after I put everything up, and now I'm on my way to Sam's. So we ended up making $99.25. So we're gonna put that towards our groceries today, and let's see how we do. Y'all think we like avocados? So I got 5 large ones for 88 cents each at Kroger. And then at Aldi, they had their smalls for 49 cents. So you can see the difference. There's the large and there's the small. And I got 7 small ones. So we've got a dozen avocados. I mean, we're set, right? That should last a week. Happy Tuesday. I know I did not check in yesterday. Monday. We are definitely hitting the busy season, y'all. It was so freaking busy yesterday. Like, I didn't even take lunch. I just kept working all day. So, I did have coffee yesterday, of course. And the coffee only thing I put in it yesterday was just my MCT and butter. That was it. So, no heavy cream or half and half. Just pure fats, basically. And did well. I am fasting, so yes, I fasted yesterday. Currently fasting. I'm a little over 36 hours fasted, I think. Maybe a little more. I don't know. Days going by. Oh my goodness, 11. So, have my coffee here. Now, today, I did put some heavy cream in it. Excuse me. Because it's just too freaking delicious. So, excuse me. What I am drinking this week is another HEB brand. This is their Tejas Cafe, and it's the Dulce de Leche. I have to say, it smells divine. Every day when I smell it, I'm like, ooh, that smells good. Okay, sorry, y'all. Oops, sorry. Had a weekly meeting. I forgot it was this late, so I had to stop. And today, it's like there's 2 meetings I mainly go to every week. The one today is like our whole side of our department. Because like banks in general have a traditional banking side, and then they have like credit card side. So I'm on the traditional banking side, right? So today is all of that stuff. And then I think usually once a month or so, we'll have a meeting of the whole business, right? And then on, ooh, sorry, that glare is awful, isn't it? And then on Wednesdays, we just have our little department meeting. So, there's always good information to learn from other people and what's going on, right? So yeah, I was doing that, and there was, hold on, let me take a drink here. That was the last of it. Does anybody else get to the bottom of their coffee and just go, oh, it's done? It's over already? Anyhow, so, yes, what I was talking about. So I am fasting again. Again, this is perfect time. I do find that I follow Mindy Pelz's advice as far as, the best times to fast. Now, I feel like she's a little more restrictive on how often you should do longer fasts, but I think again, if you're within 50 pounds of your goal weight, yeah, that you don't need to do longer fast. I feel like for me, and I would venture to say anyone that has over 100 pounds to lose, you don't have to just do, I think she says a 3-day fast every quarter. I think those are good on a monthly basis if you still have a lot of weight to lose, a lot of inflammation, which I feel like I'm in that ballpark. I feel like the inflammation's definitely gone down a lot. But I know with as much stored glucose I have all over my body, that fasting helps pull those sugars out. And I guess in my mind, I don't feel like I'll be completely reversed my diabetes until most of this stored glucose is gone, because otherwise it's still there. Like my body is still full of sugars, so need to get that cleaned out. And I know fasting is generally the best and easiest way. I know on keto, generally, it is like fasting mimicking because you're avoiding the carbs and everything, and that works, good. It has its place. And again, it depends on where you're at and what your goals are. If you're at goal weight or close to it, under 50 pounds, I don't think I think following Mindy Pelz once a quarter, once a year, however often she says, I think that works perfect. But I know for me, it is better to do these longer fasts, and especially at the times that she suggests. So that is this week. But then starting approximately Friday, Saturday, then I'll be doing what she says. And that week before, or that last week of your cycle, basically, you don't want to fast that often. Now, I still, like she says, no more than 13 hours. I personally, it's every once in a while I'll eat 3 times in a day, but most of the time that just isn't, it's not convenient, especially during work. First I'd have to get up early to have breakfast, and that ain't gonna happen. I prioritize sleep over eating any day. And it just, I'm not awake. Like, I still wait a couple of hours before I have my coffee, because I'm just not fully there. And I feel like my stomach like my gut, my whole digestion system still needs to wake up slowly, right? I don't want to just like immediately shove food and make my digestion turn on. Like, let's let it go. And it could be because, basically my whole life I've had gut issues. So now, doing this helps. So even on that last week, I still do more intermittent fasting than do what she recommends. So I will usually, 17, 18, 19 hours. Sometimes I'll throw in like a 23, 24 hour intermittent fasting, just doing that. But I do what feels right for me. And I feel like the longer I've been doing this, the more I'm aware of what my body is saying and what it needs, right? So I never I don't force myself. And if I ever do start feeling like a little shaky or overly hungry, then I do check my blood sugars just to see where it's at. Because a lot of it is mental, y'all. A lot of fasting is a mental exercise. And so sometimes, especially, Heath is here and he'll make some delicious food, like he's making a pork butt he's smoking today. And yeah, smelling all of that. And then, yeah, so it gets into your mind. And then sometimes my mind is like, you can do it, Shelly. You fasted 36 hours. Go ahead. So I'm trying to push through. I would like to at least get 48 hours, which would be tonight. But when the 48 hours hits, it's always so late that I don't want to eat then. And so it's always the next day. I'm just a dinner person. And I know that some people recommend, instead of having dinner, that you have breakfast and lunch and then skip dinner. And supposedly there's some health benefits doing it that way. But again, I think it depends on your body. I'm just not a breakfast person. Lunch is good and dinner is good. And that's what works for us. And I really feel like dinner's the only time Heath and I are really together. So that's why I enjoyed that better. Might there be a little better health benefits if I did it the other way? Maybe. But I think in general, at where I'm at, just doing this is sufficient, right? I'm not trying to get into the weeds of what all should be done. So, yes. And then speaking of, fasting, health in general, if you weren't on the MS Journey Live this past Sunday, the 5th, Cinco de Mayo, which you should go watch it if you didn't, because we showed a new brisket we did, new flavoring of a brisket. It was so good. But the wonderful Sharon came up, Sharon Holloway. She shared what she is doing for June. So yes, I know it's only May 7th, so you've got time. We posted it on our Facebook group. So if you are not part of our Facebook group, please join below. We'd love to have you there. I feel like everybody's so supportive in the group, and in our group chat, everybody just shares whatever. It's not always keto related. We share our lives, just like to me, it's like a chat room with friends. And that's how I look at that. We're all friends. We share whatever's going on in our lives, or maybe a cute joke, whatever, that we're just there for each other, right? Well, anyways, so I did pin it. Sharon is doing in the month of June a squat challenge. And you might look at that and be like, what the heck? But yes, first of all, it's a gradual increase. So you start off on June 1st at a certain number. It does have built-in rest days. And then you gradually increase by the end of the month. And it might seem like when you look at those numbers, you're like, oh my gosh, there's no way I'm going to do that. But you've got to push yourself. Like if you finish the workout and you're just like, yeah, that was easy, then you didn't work out hard. Like you need to push a higher number. And that's what the squats are doing, is it's pushing you beyond. So you're thinking, oh my gosh, 30 squats, 50 squats, 100 squats, I'd never be able to do that. Do what you can to start. And it's part of that where you don't have to do 100 squats in one sitting, right? And you can break that up. So maybe at least the first couple of weeks, push and see how many can you do up to that number. I think it starts at like 20 or 30. Can you do 30 at once? Okay, good. Then the next day it pushes it to 35 and so forth. So you might surprise yourself at how many squats you could do in one sitting. But push that number, and then maybe you're finding, you know what, at 40, my legs feel like jello, my butt hurts, I can't do past 40. Well, then when we get to that days when it's 100, you do 40 in the morning, maybe when you first wake up and you're fasted, before you've had your coffee, all that stuff, pure fast, do that 40, hit that 40, and then maybe after lunch, after you've eaten lunch, do another 40. And then maybe at dinner, after you've eaten dinner, do the last amounts that you need to do. And then that helps twofold. Twofold. One, working out in a fasted state, they say, is the best. You get the best benefits. Two, doing some type of physical activity after you have eaten, within 90 minutes of eating, also has great benefits and keeping that insulin low and the glucose low. So doing that type of thing, don't feel like, oh, I got to get it in. It's probably more beneficial if you do spread out when it has over 100 squats in a day. Spread it out through the day and it'd probably be even better. So go over there if you're interested, comment on that thread, and then we'll be posting, like daily inspiration, encouragement posts throughout the month of June. Highly encourage everyone, please take your measurements, like May 31st, before you start the challenge, take your measurements. So measure your actual body measurements, and you could Google that to see what's the best places to measure. And then, if you want to also do the scale, don't worry so much about the scale, y'all. Sometimes, especially if you're new to exercise, it very well could fluctuate because, you're utilizing more things. But go ahead, take all of those measurements, and then don't check it again for the whole month of June until after you have finished the challenge. So at July 1st, then take your measurements again and try to do it at the same time that you did the original. So even write it on either your piece of paper or on your app on your phone. Write in, what time you took it. And then I think everybody will be very happily surprised. And I think this will be fun for everyone to do. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm going to participate. I don't know if Heath is. I'd like to, encourage him, tell him he needs to join up, right? So, I definitely will be, and there's several people already said they're going to participate. So come join us. I think that'll be fun. Group activity, fun, kind of kick off into the summer and just getting those physical activities. And there are, if you're like, never done a squat in your life and you're concerned or you have bad knees or bad hips, there are modified squats. So just put in YouTube modified squats so you could see how to do that and the various options. And again, you don't have to be perfect at this. You don't even have to meet the challenge every day. It's a challenge for a reason. It's to push you. That's the whole point. So like I've always loved this saying, always aim for the stars. You might not ever reach it, but you'll get further than if you never aimed at all. And that's how I feel. Like when it comes to the challenges, don't negative talk to yourself if you don't meet those goals. Instead, positively say, you know what? In May, I wasn't doing any squats, and now look at me. I'm getting 5 a day or something. Always show what you are doing. Don't focus on the negative. So don't feel like the challenge means if you don't do that number of squats, then you failed. No, just doing 1 squat a day, I would be thrilled. And we are here to support you and encourage you, because any movement, I think, is very helpful. And we know that squats are really helpful, especially as we get older. Because remember, you want your old you to think you're young you're now you. So we know that as we age, we are less likely, or our ability to squat or to sit on a toilet and get up off a toilet or sit down on a couch or a chair and get up from that chair gets harder and harder. So these type of activities, having a good squats and building those muscles, will help your older self so that you're not struggling to get off of the couch or the toilet. And I mean, we've all seen relatives, right, that sometimes you have to help them get off the couch, right? We don't want to be in that position, especially if you get older and there's not somebody there. You're going to have to do this stuff on your own. So be there for each other. And let's encourage each other through this challenge. I'm excited. I know I say we never do challenges, but I'm just excited for this. I think it'll be a fun group activity. So I hope you join us. And I got to get back to work. I've been yakking long enough. Well, y'all, that completes another week of the Warden Report. I hope you enjoyed all the information this week, and I can't wait to read your comments. Please stay tuned first to see all of our wonderful channel members. Thank y'all so much for your support. We really appreciate you. And stay tuned because you really want to watch this video next. It really helps us if you go ahead, even if you've watched it before, and just follow the link, the little video that pops up right here. So before it completely ends, hit that little button there for one of our older recipes, y'all. And we really appreciate it. And I am excited to see what the next week holds. Y'all have a wonderful week. We'll see you Friday night. And we are going live on Sunday afternoons as well, y'all. So mark your calendars and we'll see you there.